What's up, Bodyweight Warriors? Welcome back to another video, another follow along. Today I've got a quick strengthening flexibility routine for the wrists. This is a great one to use as a warm-up before perhaps training handstands, or to add in daily to build flexibility in this often tight area. You're not going to need any equipment for today's routine, just some time and space, and let's jump into this one. We're going to begin with some dynamic movements of the wrist. You don't have to be sat how I am. You can be standing, seated on a chair. You just need to be able to have the wrist moving free in space. We're going to start with some wrist circles. So both hands together. You're going to keep the forearm flexed. You're going to try and draw the biggest circle you can with the tips of your fingers. If you struggle to find where a circle is, you can think first about finding up, finding down, finding side, the other side, and then just try to connect those dots together. So we go up, side, down, side. And then we're just going to do 10 reps in each direction, nice, slow and controlled. But you're going to try and think about drawing the biggest circle you can with this. You can do this in a bent arm position like I am currently. You can also try it with the arm straight in front of you. It does change slightly because by flexing or straightening the elbow, we're going to change the length of those forearm muscles. So 10 reps, nice and slow. If you find that you get like a point which you can't quite pull, it feels a bit restricted, just spend a bit more time there, slow it down, really try to inch it out. And once we've done those 10 repetitions, we're going to reverse that motion. So this one is really one of those ones that's as hard or as easy as you make it. You can just quickly go through it and you're probably not going to get the benefit, or you can really try to grind it out and make those circles as big as possible. So we're about 6 on this second direction now. It's only take you a minute or so to do these. So a couple more. For people who want a little bit of an extra mental challenge, you can do this one and try to do both in opposite directions. Anyway, shake that one off. We're now going to work on trying to stretch out actively the muscles in the hands. So what we're going to try and do is think about spreading the hands as wide as possible. So you can imagine that you're going to take this thumb, this little finger, and we're trying and create as much space in the joint. Literally try to stretch the hand out as much as possible and relax. We're going to do 5 reps of those, 5 seconds, trying to stretch the hands as much as possible. And again, what you can do here is play with having straight arms and doing it, having bent arms and doing it, and also doing it with the hands either, extended or flexed. It will all change the sensation of it, and perhaps go through all of them and find out which one you prefer. So 5 reps, 5 seconds. Try to spread the fingers as wide as possible. 3, 2, 1, and then shake it off. Trying to imagine that it's really spreading out. Perhaps using the ground as a bit of reference can also help. So 4 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. You're going to start to feel a lot of the muscles in the forearms beginning to work as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do 2 more to finish up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then one last one here. Really just think about those, making the biggest surface area with the hands as you can. There's another angle for you. Try to just spread those fingers apart. Okay, that's those 5 reps done. Now you are going to want to come down onto the floor. I'm going to come into a kneeling sort of quadruped position. We're going to begin to put some weight on the hands. I'm going to perform some clock walks. So I've got most of the weight on my feet now. The more I lean over with my shoulders, the more weight's going to be placed in the hands, but we're going to do that gradually over time. We're going to work on trying to walk the hands round at 90-degree intervals. So first we're going to go outside and then work on eventually getting the hands to turn back towards us. Pause here for sort of 3 or 4 seconds. And then we're going to reverse those walks back round. So go the hands straight, again 90-degree intervals, like we're walking around a clock face. So now we're going internally rotated, and then we're going to try and get back to that 6 o'clock position if we can do, turning those hands all the way around, internally rotating the shoulders, And then here we want to really try and work on straightening the arms out to maximize the stretch. Right, we're going to walk back around. And we're going to do 3 of those walks around the clock face in total. So 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock, or as close to 6 o'clock as you can do in that internally rotated position. During this time, we can work on just trying to move a little bit more weight into the hands. So I'm going to shift my weight slightly off my knees, slightly more into my hands. And then each time we get to that 6 o'clock position, we're just going to pause for a few seconds. So let's walk back around, and then we're going to do 1 more circle. Pause 3 or 4 seconds in this 6 o'clock. Then we're going to walk back around 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And when we get to this final 6 o'clock position, we're just going to do a couple of dorsal push-ups. So we're going to be here. I'm going to let the elbows bend. So I'm going to lower my chest down towards my hands as far as feels comfortable. Again, most of my weight is on my knees here. And then I'm just going to work on pressing back, straightening the elbows, and feeling that stretch exaggerate on the wrists. We're just going to do 5 of these, nice, slow. Not much weight is on the hands, but we're just moving in and out of that stretch position. So last one here. And we can shake it off again, and we're going to do the reverse. So we're just going to move into a reverse wrist stretch. You're going to work on trying to extend the arms, so try to make them fully straight, and then to intensify the stretch, we're just going to lean backwards slightly. So I'm going to lean my shoulders back towards my hands, increase this wrist flexion angle. We're going to have a nice stretch going over the front of our forearm here. You can play a little bit if you want with, basically trying to push away from the ground, try to round the shoulders, and you're going to find that's going to increase that stretch over that front arm line fascia. Okay, so shake it off. All of these ones we're going to perform with the same rep range. So we're going to do 10 reps and we're going to pause for 10 seconds on the last rep. The first exercise we're going to do is first knuckle push-ups. So in this same quadruped position, we're going to press up. We're going to press through this first knuckle of the hand onto the thumb here. This is going to elicit a stretch over the sort of fingers. But we're also going to get a shortening of the forearm flexors. And then as we lower back down, we're going to try and move the shoulders slightly forwards, which is going to bring us into a stretch over the forearm flexors. So start with the shoulders back a little bit. Do some nice easy reps to begin with. So we're going to do 10 in total. Pause for a couple of seconds there, a couple of seconds at the bottom. And then over that 10 reps, I'm just going to allow the shoulders to come more over the hands. Just going to put more weight into the hands, so it's going to make it harder, but it's also going to create a bit more of a stretch in that bottom position. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we do 10. So on this 10th rep, we're just going to hold that top position, pressing the fingers into the floor, keeping the arms locked, pushing away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do the reverse wrist position now. So we're going to come onto the back of the hands. Again, straight arms. I'm going to shift my shoulders back, so more weight is going to be on my knees. We're going to focus here on trying to basically make a fist with the hands. And then if we keep squeezing with the hands, it's going to actually focus on lifting up the wrist into a knuckle position. We're then going to try and slowly lower back down and try and keep that wrist, that squeeze, that fist as much as possible, and then back out. Again, 10 reps. Nice. Slowly down. Really think about that squeezing of the fist, pulling the hands up, and trying to keep the fist all the way back down. Again, 10 reps. In total, 6. Couple more here. And on this final rep, we're going to come back down onto the back of the hands, and then you're going to try and actively squeeze the fists as hard as you can, but keep the back of the hands down. So we're actively creating that shortening contraction in the lengthened position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Okay, the last one we're going to do is we're going to work on ulnar and radial deviation. So this movement of the wrist, you're going to start on the fist. We're going to keep, again, locked arms, nice solid here. We're going to lean onto the first index finger, move the thumb forward. So we're going to go into deviation there. And then if we come back, we're going to bend the elbows and rock back into ulnar deviation. So we're just going to rock back and forth again, 10 reps. Focusing on keeping a nice firm wrist. And this is good for if you're going to do any parallel bar work. It's a nice warm up and strengthener in these two planes. So really try to roll onto the thumb in the top and get those elbows as low as you can in the bottom. Seven. 8. Last one here. 9. And 10. And that is basically a nice, quick, simple wrist warm-up routine, but it's also going to strengthen and create length around the wrist. So again, perfect for a warm-up before you train handstands or some calisthenics upper body skills, or as a daily thing to keep the wrists feeling free and strong. As always, if you enjoyed this one, you can hit that thumbs up button. Let me know in the comment section down below if you found it useful, or if you want to request any other future follow-alongs. Other than that, I'll catch you next one. Have a strong week. Peace.